This is a very effective horror movie, really fitting for Halloween night. Beyond that, really, it's the type of movie that does not hold up to repeat viewings. So let's get 5 minutes up on the board and talk It Follows. So what are we looking for in a Halloween movie? I think we're looking for a horror movie that's going to terrify a group of people then and there in the moment, and also make it so that you're not going to really be able to sleep very well that night. This movie does that very well. The scares in this movie come from the scenario, the tension, and more than anything else, the simplicity of this movie. It's a movie that the idea of something just walking towards you, it's so terrifying, it's even going to scare you during the daytime. The movie makes you more alert than others the next day because you are, just outside, even in a group of people, and you just kind of see one thing walking towards you. It's like, what the hell is that? What is that? Is that going to kill me right now? And that's what makes it a good watch for Halloween, but I think you've got really two viewings. After two viewings, this movie kind of falls apart. There's not great world building here. And best way to get into this, I think there are movies that leave you with questions, and that makes the movies better. It's because it has a sense of ambiguity, something like The Thing. Or there are movies that leave you with questions, and those questions are just dead ends, and that feels more like just poor storytelling, something like The Neon Demon. That first type of movie is great because the questions that are left behind are kind of like a shovel that when you watch it again, you go back through and you dig deeper and deeper into the story. The second kind, not so much, because those are more like you're in the woods and you've got a flashlight and the battery's like slowly dying and then it's dead and you're just, I'm in the dark. I have no idea what's going on. And this movie has a lot of that second movie feeling. Like the lore does not hold up very much, and that makes it tougher to get at anything deeper that's going on in the movie. For instance, the curse is something that menacingly walks towards you. It's on autopilot. That's something that I think is particularly terrifying about this monster. It's perfectly scary. There's no stopping it at all. That being said, why in the world does it take so long to get to Greg? It takes like 3 or 4 days to get to him. Then also, why is this thing on the roof? Granted, that is a scary moment, but that doesn't really fit. If something is walking towards you, it can't really stop to go get on a roof and just look at you. You're either on autopilot walking towards something or you're not. How does Hugh not notice this thing in the yellow dress? We see the monster 2 times and we can already pick it out of a crowd of extras, but this guy's been living with it for, I guess, weeks, and it can't tell that it's just standing there smiling at him like the monster always is. Stop. And I know that you're probably thinking, how dare you? How dare you? I like this movie. How could you be saying these things about something that I like? And yes, I get that. But look, I also really liked it. That's why I'm saying if you go past 2 watches, things start to smell a little weird. How are we going to kill this thing? Why is it exactly we're going to a pool? In a horror movie, even if the idea is stupid and doesn't work, you at least kind of have an understanding of, okay, I get why we're doing this. None of that in this movie. And then, the thing gets shot right in the head, falls down dead. But oh, surprise, it's actually not dead. Okay, fine, that's a little bit weird, but I guess it just wasn't dead. But then it shoots it in the head again, and now it's like, oh, that time you got it. You shot it in the neck earlier and nothing happened. How does this monster work? You're introducing new rules that contradict everything you've already set up. On the surface, the world building of this movie is unfocused where it really can't be. And that means that every time it tries to be about something deeper, it doesn't matter. And since everything on the surface is not well defined, the fact that it even tries to be about something deeper becomes part of the problem. Like there are horror movies that can be long lasting without being about something. Halloween, the Blair Witch Project. And look, I love movies that, horror movies especially, that try to dig deep, things like The Invitation or The Shining. But movies that dig deep need to work on the surface level. And I know that there are going to be people that are like, well, it's about the fear of death and it explores that through the fear of sexuality with STDs. It brings up Dostoevsky and T.S. Eliot, the loss of her father. But you can't have a monster that has this many contradictions and still get away with talking about death. You can't just then have someone read passages of a book from Dostoevsky or look at a picture of her dad and have that be how you explore something deeper. There's a disconnect between what's going on in the world and what's going on underneath the world, which makes what's going on underneath irrelevant. It Follows is a terrifying concept executed very well from a technical perspective. That means it is going to scare you. It's a very good Halloween movie, but do not watch this movie more than twice because you're going to start seeing the wrinkles in the story, and no level of justification is going to make it from feeling like a bad Botox job. It is a great crowd pleaser, but nowhere near as deep as it thinks it is or needs to be. Leave your comments below. Let me know your thoughts on this movie if you think I'm incorrect on my take of It Follows, and please be sure to subscribe to 5 Minute Critic for future updates on reviews and movie news.